broken down blue collar, a chance to live a dream in Tennessee. In Tennessee.
Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Living Free with Little. My name is Debbie, and today I am going to try to get the rest of my tomatoes and can my make my sauce and can it today. I figured I'll get up. I don't know if I'm going to can it today, so it might be a two-part video. I'll try and make it as short as I can for you guys. But I noticed that on my videos I don't have my sauce, and it's pretty simple. We make it plain. We don't do too much in the sauce. It's just the process of it, of peeling it and getting it in there to cook for the rest of the day, because you need to let it cook. In the meantime, when I was out there trimming, whatchamacallit, that I was boiling the water. So water boil. All I have to do is wash. Show you. This is, we have more still out there, but this is that and plus whatever I have in there. So I have quite a bit of Alright, so I got some of I cored the tomatoes, and I have more over there, so I'm trying to wait for this. As I'm waiting for these, and what I do is I don't put ice, a lot of people do, but I have just water in here, and I'm going to throw them in there with my strainer. And here is some olive oil. Usually I just use olive oil, and then this is just a half onion, maybe even less. Chop up that, and then garlic. But what you do is just you heat this up a little bit to get the juices out of it, not to burn, just to heat it up, and then you throw this in there. And then I put a bay leaves when I get all the tomatoes, and in there I might have to put a can of this. It depends how much I have here, and pepper and salt. So it's basically, we just do a plain sauce because we don't know what you're using for, and I really don't want a pressure can if I put meats in there, but you can always put it in there afterwards. So yeah, stay tuned. I'm still in the process. Today I don't think I'm gonna be able to can, so I'll get the sauce ready, because this has to cook for a while. And then maybe I'll do definitely tomorrow I'll do the canning process. But this is how I make my sauce to get it ready for the canner. Alright, stay tuned. So I just want to show you a little spot. What I do is, after I take them out of here, I stick them in some water that's cold water, and then I just grab it. Sometimes, see how easy the skin's coming off? And I'll throw the skins back into here. Now I have this in the strainer because there's juice under there, just in case you need some juice from these. And that's the only reason why I have that in there, and I like to do it that way. See how it comes right off? It's not really that hard. It's just the process is a lot longer. And with the cherry tomatoes, it's harder to peel them. But you can actually really blend it good enough to where you can't. So what I'm doing is, some of my cherry tomatoes I'm throwing in here and in here if I get them soft. Like I said, blender. But I'm starting. Then add a few ingredients. He said he put a lot more onion in there. He did a whole onion, and I think 2 or 3 more cloves of garlic. But he didn't think that the garlic I grew, which is this, the Italian garlic, it's very strong. So, but that's all right. And he wanted to put a pork chop, and I had to stop him because I told him, because he doesn't. I told him that I don't want a pressure can. We can always add, when we open up the jar, put it on here, and then throw the pork chop in there or whatever. But I just don't want to go through that process. And there's another thing. Oh, oregano, he likes putting in there too. So yeah, so this is what I'm doing. I'm starting to go through there, and I'm going through these were in my refrigerator, and a lot of them are going bad. Some of them are going bad, not too many. See, I have some in here. This is the scrap. It goes in my compost, or I give it to the deer. These are the ones I'm saving for my seeds. So make sure you save your seeds. Dan's helping everything. He helped me with the cherry tomatoes and the other ones. And now we have it. Yeah, that's a lot, isn't it? Eventually, he said we had to take some juice out of it. This is all juice, no water. I didn't add. That's what we got. We can either make this into V8, tomato juice, thicken it up a little bit with tomato paste. But yeah, now it's time to clean up.
Get my sexy laundry.
worms, that's it. That's all I had. So
We'll make us some tomato sauce over here.
that's how much juice. This is all juice, no water. We had to take it out of there because we're overdoing it.
It's tomatoes, and then what happens is just like any tomato sauce. The more you cook it, the lower it gets. All the water cooks out of it. See?
All right, so this is what the sauce looks like. Now we have to let it sit here and cook.
We gotta let it sit
thick.
for hours.
For hours and thick, and it's 2 o'clock, and then pretty soon I only have 2 more hours to go to work. So I still have to get something to eat. I haven't eaten all day. So we'll have this cooking, and then tomorrow we'll start the canning, put them in jars and all that.
Oh, wow. See when it moves like that. See how it's flowing nice? That's when you know you got them all.
There you go. I just wanted to show you how you do it afterwards.
See how that flows? You get a nice flow. That's when you know you don't. Get that nice burgundy. It's got to get that nice burgundy color.
So 8 hours, about 8 hours to cook. Just
And
sit here.
we add a can of tomato paste just to richen it. Gives it a little more rich flavor. That's all.
And then but yeah, and you put as soon as it starts bubbling, then you put it on low to let it cook.
You put a little drizzle of olive oil in there, and then as it cooks, you just taste it. You add whatever little bit you need to add, a little salt, pepper, a little whatever you want. There's no rules here in the Italian kitchen.
All right.
Get out of here.
This is day 2. See how the sauce is? The color is beautiful. I'll give you a closer shot of it. I have to get the jars ready, get everything going. I was in the back doing a video to upload. Just to give you a heads up, I'm going to be uploading videos Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays to space it out. I might throw in, if I have time, on Tuesdays and Thursdays and the weekends, maybe older videos that I'm trying to add on for me personally, but you're more than welcome to check them out. So here's a closer look. It's starting to boil. Den gets up earlier than me. He put this back on to get it hot. Now I have to get the jars done, get it ready. So let's get it going. Here I'm just soaking them, not soaking them, but I got a brand new sponge. I'm cleaning these off because they were in the back, even though these were clean. After I get done, I put them over here, and then I have water boiling. And before I do the canning process or putting anything in it, I do throw them into the thing just to boil for like 10 minutes. All right, now they're all cleaned. I just hurried up and rinsed these off. These still, I like to put them in the hot water. Now, see these I'm redoing because they're in the back. But the first thing, if you're new at this like me, make sure you check every one of your jars to make sure there's no chip, because then this is not going to seal. That's the most important thing before you start canning. Make sure you check every one of your jars. Sterilize your utensils. Even though you wash them and clean them, make sure you sterilize them.
Do a blonde. I mean, it is what it is.
You need to watch her.
I told James, though, I said, if I'm going to
Learn
go
so
blonde,
much from her.
I'm going to be Gwen Stefani.
Watching her live
We're just going to do it.
as I'm boiling my thing, getting my tomatoes ready. Yay!
I said,
But you have to watch her. If you're a
if I have to
homesteader
sit in that chair
prepper,
that long to have that done to my
straightforward.
head, it's going to be worth it, baby.
She's all about
And it might
people.
turn out purple.
Come
I
in
don't
there.
know.
Everything's sterilized. Headroom. And I'm just starting to film. I don't want to film the whole thing. I'm going to just try to make sure I don't drip. Usually you don't do it this way. But I'm doing the... just show you. I'm going to have to clean the jars because some of them got it on the side because I'm a little messy. I think I'll get quite a bit of jars because I still have this amount. So let me fill them up and I'll show you what they look like. And then I have a little heat over here, so I'm going to put the lids in here and heat them up a little. I like to do that. I'm still waiting for this to boil back up. Like I said, I'm having trouble with my burner. The next step is I have one jar here that didn't fill up all the way. I'll put that right in the refrigerator. It's no big deal. So I land up with two pints and 5 quarts. So now the next step you have to do is you have to clean these off. What I usually do is have some water over here, and you just want to make sure the rim, because you want that lid to seal. So this is all you do. One of the jars I did get salsa, because you're going to get sauce on it. I see one here, but that's inside. I'm trying to bring this back to a boil because it's better because it doesn't take that long. But yeah, you want to make sure. Oh, I'm hoping that's not a chip there. That's just a seam, but look, see now, I'm finding something on this jar. I'm not sure. It's not on the top of here, but it's on the side. It's like a little chip. Now I don't know if I should take chances with that. So that's one thing you have to keep an eye on. I didn't feel it because I went around the rim. So what I'm going to do is put the cap on it and put an X on it so I know. You might want to do that, but I don't know. I might have to put this in a different jar now. And it seems like this one is a little chunkier, has more, it looks like it, but maybe it just got thick because we cooked it longer. So let's see how this is going. This is getting hot, which is wonderful. I think I might be able to get this done before whatchamacallit, for work. Got my rims. Now you can reuse rims. Now the caps, some people say that if you open it up and as long as you don't dent it, you can reuse it, but not for something like with meats or anything. Something that you might want to put in your refrigerator, you know, afterwards you can reuse it, like for vegetable, you know, ones on the shelf for vegetables. And also when you put the rim on, you want to make sure you do it just a little bit, just enough to, not tight, just enough to where it stops. And that's it. Now there's plenty of videos out there. I'm new, so I recommend you going to others, but I just want to have this on hand for myself. It's just, I'm doing a little journal for myself, like these videos. Seeing if I'm making any mistakes or, you know, it's just mainly for myself. And I like to share it with you. You never know, somebody might come on here and say, hey Deb, you're doing it, you know, this way, you're doing it wrong or whatever. You know, because you're on the learning curve right now. And I'll take all the advice I can. Alright, so I'm going to double check these. I have this one. I'm really unsure. I don't know. It's chipped on the side. Now, if you're a beginner, I wouldn't recommend actually doing it, because I'm not taking chances. I'm going to just clean another jar real quick. It takes just a few minutes. Do another jar and don't take that chance. Vinegar, because we have hard water, and I just pour it in there. You know, I don't measure or anything. I just pour some in there. It stops the cloudiness on your jars. And so yeah, so that's in there. And also, I usually, and I didn't do it this time, I put hot water on the side because of just in case that you don't have enough when you put all these jars in. Now, like I said, there's only 2 pints. I'm not really worried about them. You're not going to overcook, I don't think, the tomato sauce. It stays the same because it's been cooking and then you're cooking it again. They recommend 20 minutes on the pints and 30 minutes on with your water bathing for the quart-sized jars. And I mean, I don't know. That's how Dan doesn't think that you have to do it for any longer than that. He thinks even less time. Then I go back to the jar lids to make sure everything is good. You know, just you don't want them tight because they'll burst. You know, and it is scary. I'm going to tell you right off the bat. I still have a little fear when I hear it like rumbling, but now I'm even worse because of this burner here. And also, when you want to take out your jars, make sure you have it set up like either a cutting board or a towel because of the coldness and hot. So I'm gonna start putting these in here. See how we have it. I'm gonna give it a little space. They're gonna be jiggling. I don't like them really touching because they're gonna shift anyway of the boiling part. Now I can shut this off. That's off. This is the next process. I'm putting the lid on it. I'm gonna try to get it up to a boil and then turn it down because I know for a fact that it overboils because of the heat. I'm trying to get it started so I can get these done. Now after when you do it, see I just put it on top because we're only water bathing, so I don't have the the pressure cooker stuff on it. Like you can start hearing it'll start rumbling because this will start shaking. So once it starts doing that, I'll try to back it off a little bit and try to control it myself. Right now it's starting to boil. I hear it. I mean, it's not rapidly boiling, but I'm gonna have to stay out here. It's not. Now pressure canning, when you pressure can with the gauge and everything, I'll try to do a video, maybe I'll do some meats. But since I'm only water bathing, it's a really different process. Because you have to wait for the gauge to get to a certain temperature and then you have to put a weight on and everything. But this one you just water bathe. Basically anything like your vegetables and all that, you can just water bathe because you're just trying to seal. But when it comes to meats and different other stuff, even with your acid food, which is tomatoes, I'm still doing it. Hear that? I'm on edge right now. That's just how I am. It's not rumbling bad because I'm adjusting the heat in here because, like I said, my burner or something going on with it. So it's like I'm constantly like on edge, like is it going to explode or one of them going to crack in there because of the temperature, because you can't lift this up because steam's going to come out. So you really have to judge it by hearing it. So this is the toughest part for me, but you get used to it. But still, I'm a little on the edge because I want nothing to happen. Moved it from over here to here. Sorry for the mess. This is what happened. But yeah, make sure you take it off the hot burner so it stops because it kept boiling because this is going down now. As with gas or anything, so move it over. It's been 30 minutes, and then stay tuned. I'll show you what it looks like. 30 minutes is up. When you take the lid off here, you want to make sure you lift it away from you. I'm just checking to see if there's any cracks. Smell the vinegar in there. Alright. This is where you want to hear the ping. That's the exciting part. I leave the water on top right now until there's one. That's the best smell when you hear that thing. And then when you don't have any jars, that actually. Oh. That's good. See if I going down. Oh, one pops here. I might try another time with the almond juice. Right now, I'm putting the way they are. Alright, let me get them set up. They're all out. Let me show you. And here you go. I ended up getting 6 quarts and 2 pints. This looks fine. It looks a little redder, so it might have did the difference, but just a little difference. But I don't think there's too much of a difference. You know, these went in there, I guess, because you know it's the tomato sauce. But I am really happy with it. When I hear them ping, they all pinged. Right now it's hot, but once they cool down, you shouldn't be doing it like this. You want to check them, but I heard all the pings, but I still double check them to make sure. You just want to make sure, because you might have to reprocess them again, or you have to put them in your refrigerator. A lot of people just put them in their refrigerator and they'll eat them, and that's it. But yeah, look at this, all homegrown tomatoes and cherry tomatoes and my plum tomatoes. There's different ways. I might next year I might explore and do chunks. I still have some tomatoes out there, so either gonna roast them, or I'll lay them up and put them in a jar. Or I'll land up cutting them whole if I have bigger ones that I don't have enough to actually do a sauce. I'll just chop them up and throw them in maybe a pint jar and use them as chunks, and you can put them in pasta and all that and rice. So yeah, either way, don't waste. Use every bit, and this is what you have, and then you can have a thing. So I hope this helped you out, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. It doesn't matter. And if you're not subbed, please sub to me, and hit that notification bell if you want to, because you'll get all the notifications of videos that I do. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye now.
A broken down blue